What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Real Estate Moguls. My name is Findlay-Shirras, and on today's show, we're talking with Peter Verprauskus, Head of Business Development and Strategic Partnerships at Reely, a full-stack real estate technology brokerage that's raised $40 million in funding to date with a mission to improve the real estate experience, leveraging the latest technology, and the vision is to provide buyers and sellers with superior service, but at a lower cost, and we're going to get into this innovative model. Peter is also a seasoned business development professional with a focus in real estate, having worked for Homelight and Trulia. He was a strategy consultant in the past with Monitor and Deloitte, and is not just a sales pro, he's got an engineering degree from MIT. All right, so I'm excited to get to know Peter and pick his brain on the future of real estate and the future of the real estate brokerage business model. All right, and also how to make sales and grow a company. And I got a couple more cool questions. So stay tuned, keep watching, and thank you, Peter, for being on the show.
Thanks.
Cool. So for everyone who doesn't know what Reely is, why don't you give people at a high level of what your innovative brokerage model is?
Yeah, happy to. First, thanks a lot for having us on. Really appreciate it, Grant.
Yeah.
Reely is a full stack, full service real estate brokerage. We provide what we think of as all the elements of service you typically expect from a traditional brokerage, but even better for our buyers and our homeowners looking to sell. And we do this at a much better value for the consumer. So on top of having a better experience through technology, and buyers and sellers can use our app and our technology as much or as little as they want, as well as use our teams of real estate professionals throughout California as much or as little as they want and choose. So it's kind of up to them to figure out how much technology they want to use.
All right, so you said two things there I want to dig a little bit deeper into. You said even better service and better value, and by how much. So let's start with even better. So how are you guys providing better service than the current brokerages and realtors?
Yeah, great question. So California, at least, and in most places, most buyers are on the older demographic, and what they've done with their homes and their style doesn't necessarily match most buyers who are on the younger demographic. So one of the things we do when we list a home is we do virtual staging. We're able to, of course, take professional photography. We do 3D imagery. We use Matterport for that now, so you get kind of that experience. So you can see all of that remotely or digitally through our app, or it's on Zillow and Trulia and Redfin, and et cetera. The other thing we do is we digitally stage multiple rooms. So we show buyers, and again, mostly millennials, but it could be any buyer, different styles. So you see the kitchen as is, you know exactly what you're going to buy, but you also get to see it remodeled in a new contemporary styling, or a country chic styling, 2 or 3 different versions. Same with, say, the great room or living room. You get to see what's there now, of course, but then you can see what it might look like if you refaced the fireplace and you had a different layout, or you put a TV above the fireplace, which is pretty common now. Yeah. Same with, a third bedroom. You get to see it as it is, and who knows what that looks like now, but then maybe you can see it as a nursery for the buyer who's got a new kid on the way or planning a new kid. Get to see it as a home office. Yeah. So again, digitally seeing that, be able to envision you living in that, or all the buyers living in that home.
And do you guys do all that stuff in-house, or do you use Matterport, but do you use other companies to kind of get this stuff done, or do you do some of it in-house?
Most of the actual virtual staging is done in-house, but we'll use outside folks as we see fit. So we're pulling in the best feature, best product, best partner to help us build out that best experience as needed. So we're not reinventing the wheel if we don't need to.
Now, I know some agents would say, well, I do that too, but a lot don't. Have you seen, statistics of like, hey, the service we're providing, yes, I bet you there are agents that are out there that are doing that too, but here's the percentage of people that actually are versus we're doing it all the time?
The virtual staging in particular?
Like all these services.
Don't know. I haven't seen numbers on how many are doing virtual staging versus physical staging.
Yep.
And again, not too focused on how many others are doing that. We think it's a great added benefit for both sellers. Gets more people interested in the home and maximizes the price that the seller gets. But also for buyers, so they can again, easily envision themselves living in that space as
Okay.
opposed to just what's there.
Now you said better value as well. So
Yep.
how much better value are you giving people?
Huge amount,
Okay.
honestly. For sellers, we have a pretty simple flat fee model where if a home is priced over $750,000, which happens a lot in California, not everywhere
Yep.
across the U.S., but in California quite often, we charge a flat fee for sellers of $10,000. So they're saving, and if it's below that, we charge $5,000. We have one more tier below, I think it's $250K. If the home is less than $250,000, we charge $2,500. That's the seller's cost. We write the agreements with them, sign it, and that's what they pay us. Again, at the close of escrow, there's no upfront charge or fees or anything like that. So it's all kind of at the close of escrow.
Now, you guys are in California, so again, it makes it easier for you to make good money because the houses are more expensive. Do you see this model being tougher when you have to go to markets where the majority of homes are less than $250,000 average home price?
No, that's good. Great question. So technology is what has allowed us to do this. There's been some technological advances over the years that we didn't pioneer. So you think on the buyer's side, people discovering homes used to be that you had to go to the buyer's agent just to find a home. Now, of course, almost every buyer is finding their home online. Mm-hmm. They go see it with an agent, of course, but they find it online. So for us, it's the technology that's helped us do that. One of the kind of recent studies shows that real estate agents, I think it's in the US, spend about 11% of their time with clients, working with clients, interacting with clients. All the rest of that time is spent on other things. We're trying to flip that model and let our agents spend 11% on not with clients and 89% with clients. We're doing that by breaking apart all of the different aspects of what an agent, typical traditional agent has to do. So we have a marketing team in-house. They're the ones going out and getting the leads. We've got a SDR team, sales development team, that's qualifying those leads, making sure they're great leads, setting up those visits or listing appointments. So all of that allows our agents to provide that superior level of service, but do it much more efficiently than all the things that a traditional agent has to deal with in their lives.
So what are some other tech that you guys use to help you be more efficient and therefore provide a great service for less cost?
Yep. Some of it is just like scale of our marketing team, so we're able to have that team work through more efficiently generating leads online, digitally, and offline. But something as simple as using Salesforce. So we're using that as our CRM. There's a reason Salesforce is amazing. We don't need to reinvent building out our own CRM there. So using that. So those are some of the things we're doing that have helped us be more efficient from a technology perspective, where we bring it in, and then we're developing ourselves. Of course, we just launched a new version of our app 2 days ago, I think. Announced it, launched, and our R&D team, engineering team, is constantly working with our product team to make that experience better. So most buyers actually make offers on our app.
Really?
So they're using our app to browse and find homes. They're of course almost always using something else to browse and find. So we don't think we'll replace any of those for the discovery itself. But right on our app, they can see the home. They can see the price, they can see how much cash they'll get back if they buy with us, or how much they'll save if they buy with us. And then actually go through and make the offer.
How much the buyer will save.
Yep.
But
so
the
not
seller
only
saves.
not only do we make this a much better cost structure, save sellers money, but we also save buyers money. So we provide cash back rebates to buyers if they use us to buy.
Got it. Okay. And you're just essentially saying, okay, instead of the 6%, you're essentially charging, 1.25, 1.5%?
It depends on the home value, of course.
Yeah.
Right?
But it seems like it's fluctuating between like 1% and 2%, and so in turn you take those savings and you give some to the seller, then you give some to the buyer.
So if we represent the seller, then we just write the listing agreement with the seller that we will provide all of these services, full services. Again, we think in a few ways better for $10,000 as your fee for the seller agent.
Right.
Typically recommend to our homeowners, sellers, that they pay the typical rate for a buyer's agent in that market, whatever's typical, to make sure that get all of the buyers
flow.
Agents and buyers coming into the home. So we work with other agents, of course, all the time.
Yeah.
But if we represent the buyer, if a buyer uses Reely as a buying agent, then we help buyers, again, with some technology. It's easy to kind of chat with our team online, and we get lots of, again, millennial buyers chatting with us.
Cool.
So they can chat in the app. They can see how much cash back they'll get on every single property, not just the ones we list, but every property.
Yeah.
They use us as buyer's agent. We have that team, local licensed real estate professionals in each of our markets to go on showings, to provide kind of counseling, advice, all of that.
Yeah.
And then after the deal closes, we give them cash back. We have some tiers for flat rates and literally write a check back. Our consumers on average have saved about $20,000 with us when they work with Reely.
Yeah. Wow. All right. Now you guys get leads for you to get buyers agents, for you to get listings, for you to get buyers, or for you to get sellers.
Yeah.
What are the ways that you do it? What's the leading way that you guys get your leads, and what are the other ways that you guys get your leads?
Yeah. Digital marketing is a big component for us. We are, technology focused real estate brokerage. So, Google, advertising, Facebook. We've done some LinkedIn targeted advertising. So, typical digital marketing is there. And we have a team that does that and spends and a marketing budget each month to do that. We've played with and tried radio advertising, and we'll probably go back to something like that. We've looked at TV. We haven't done it yet, but we may do that in the future when it makes sense. Zillow, the portals, Zillow, Trulia, Realtor, et cetera. We're working with some of those portals to get leads in targeted markets as well. And then it's on the ground from open houses. Of course, open houses sometimes result in buyers coming, and once we convince them that we're going to provide this great level of service at a much better cost for them, once we convince the buyer or seller of that, then it's a pretty easy sell, if you will, or it's pretty easy for someone to decide to come with us.
What are some of the objections that you guys get from consumers when you're...
The biggest one really is, what's the catch? Is this real? Like, it's having that conversation to work through, like, yes, you do get a licensed local real estate professional who knows, intricacies of your area, where it matters. Yes, you do get the full set of advisory services, consultation. Yes, there's no upfront fee, there's no catch, We do provide all the services, and it is a much better, flat fee cost.
Why do you guys still lose people to the competition?
I think biggest reason is we're not in that area yet. So we're in California, we're in San Francisco Bay Area, Sacramento Bay Area, Los Angeles, kind of bigger metro, San Diego metro. So we get people calling us from all over the nation, downloading our app from all over the nation. Unfortunately, can't serve all of them.
Got it. Okay.
I think that's one of the biggest reasons. And then the other is I have a cousin. Buyers, there's no cost anyway, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just going to go with my cousin, help them out.
What percentage of the business is now through relationships and referrals from past clients versus through paid advertising and marketing?
I'm not sure of the numbers. It's a good question.
Because one of the things that, when I think about this model, is the cost of Google ads, Facebook ads, LinkedIn, Zillow, Trulia, Realtor.com, like they just go up and up and up and up. And your cost to acquire a customer goes up and up and up to a point where you can't continue to offer these same rates.
Yep.
What do you guys think about that?
Couple things. We're definitely looking at the cost to acquire, and it's a real consideration. I don't know the exact numbers, Grant, so I can kind of try to go look at that. I think we would want to look at it by market, to look at the markets where we've been operating longer to see what that is, you know.
Yeah.
So San Francisco Bay Area, we started there, so we have a lot more referrals there. Sometimes repeat customers, you know, buying second home or now selling and moving somewhere else.
Yeah.
So we find that that's pretty strong. Or referrals, you know, someone talks to their friends and family and says, if you're going to buy or sell, you got to check these guys out.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be a lot higher there. So it'll take time in each market where we open to get there. Second thing, though, is we don't think of it as just looking at the real estate brokerage in isolation. We're thinking about when someone buys all the different parts of the transaction, and it's up to, we think, 10 or so people or parts of the transaction, from, you know, a buyer getting that loan all the way through, you know, to appraisals and escrow and title and home warranty and homeowners insurance, et cetera. So we're looking at helping buyers and sellers with that entire stack, not just the real estate brokerage.
Within the organization of Reely, you guys will have professionals in all the different aspects of the transaction?
Yep. We started with mortgage.
Do you so what do you have right now?
We started as a mortgage broker, it's probably 8 months ago or now, and bought a company called Lenda about 4 months ago. They're a direct lender, rebranded to Reely Loans. So now we have Reely Loans, helps our buyers with great loans. There's no origination fees at all on our side, great rates. So again, the model is provide a better product for the loan. A lot of it is digital, a lot of it is efficient that way. We have licensed mortgage, you know, loan officers who are helping people as need be, you know, be it chat, phone, whatever it is, and, you know, apply online. So everything is digital as well. So that's up and running, and we're improving the way we work together to make it even more seamless for our buyers in this case. We're looking next at escrow, you know, closing services, and looking at building those out. It's a, you know, necessary part of the transaction. It's not always joyful. We want to make it at least not painful, and again provide better online, digital, as much as you want as a buyer or seller, or in person if, you know, you need that, want that, at a better cost structure. Looking at homeowners insurance and what can we offer there that makes that, you know, again, a easier process. And we'll look at whether we partner with someone who's already great in this space and how we work with them, or we build it in-house or something else.
How many agents do you have?
We're driving towards like 50 agents across California now.
How many transactions have you completed?
In the hundreds. I don't think we're sharing the exact number, but it's growing very quickly each month.
Like 100, 200, or 500, or like 900, almost 1,000?
I don't know if I can share those
Hundreds.
exact numbers. Yeah.
Hundreds.
Yeah.
Anything else when people want to know about your company that, you know, you work for and you're proud of certain things that this company is doing? Is there anything else that you think is really impressive that this company has been able to do?
One of the reasons I joined was I was really impressed by the vision of the founder, and it's now the vision of Reely, which is completely focused on making this a better experience for the buyer and the seller. We always think about the consumer as that buyer or seller. It's the homeowner, it's the person looking to sell, it's the person who wants to buy, and what can we do to make that better for them? So that's the focus for Reely and helping through that entire transaction. So check it out. You know, again, once you dig in and figure it out, most people that I talked to said, "I wish Reely, you know, had been around when I bought or sold, or I wish you were in my area." You know.
Is there a specific target clientele that you're going after?
No, and our median transaction maps pretty closely to our markets. So in the Bay Area, it's, you know, $1 million to $1.5 million in some markets, and, you know, Sacramento and LA, it's a lot less. So it works any kind of
Any
price spectrum.
Point?
Yep.
Because that's, you know, that's the concept of, or the thought around the future of the real estate brokerage business model is, there going to be a model per niche, per type of clientele, or is there going to be one model that serves everyone?
Yeah.
What do you think?
What we want to do is help people buy or sell the best way that makes sense for them. So we're looking at things like presenting an iBuyer offer to our homeowners who are looking to sell, and we think that probably the same number who use an iBuyer, overall in the market might choose to do that with us. Someone looking for that for convenience, and we can help with the trade-offs there. And we're developing some other products that can help buyers and sellers, buy and sell in different ways and get kind of different value or different needs met.
What do you think about the real estate brokerages that are similar to you? Like, how do you think you compare to Redfin, and how do you think you compare to Purplebricks, who's no longer in the U.S.?
Yeah, Redfin is nice because they've pushed the conversation with buyers and sellers to kind of open the eyes to think about, whether there's a different model, whether you have to pay typical 6% full fare. And they've been doing that on the sell side for quite a while. Yeah. So we look at them and think it's great that they've started that conversation. Purplebricks is interesting because I think you need to separate the model of providing an amazing experience, full service for a better price, from the business practice of decisions that Purplebricks made. So I don't know too much about exactly what they did, but reading from afar, looks like they spent a lot on marketing too quickly. And didn't focus on the markets, understand the markets, and grow in those markets in a sustainable way. So, from Reely's perspective, we're focused on our core markets. We started in San Francisco. We're based there. We know the market. We've got a great team of real estate professionals from the market, and we're growing in that market in a smart and I wouldn't say slow way, pretty quick way, but we're not looking to quadruple in the next year. We're looking to grow in a sustainable way that provides great value to our consumers.
So the discount flat fee model, it's not just better in all ways, shapes, and forms. There's some challenges that model faces with scaling and growing. There's some downsides to it compared to brokerages that get to try to offer full commission. Like, what are some of the challenges that you guys are facing?
Yeah, continuing to improve our efficiency as we move to markets where homes sell for lower prices. We're going to need to figure out how to become that much more efficient. We think there's a path to do that. We think that there's some efficiencies or costs that will be lower in those markets. So we need to do that, but we'll tackle that as we grow and do it in a smart way.
What is currently inefficient?
I'm sorry?
What is currently inefficient? So you're saying like you're trying to make things more efficient?
Yeah.
So what are you still finding you're not as efficient as you want to be? Like, what is that area?
I think, Grant, it's just kind of improving that each month, each day. So I don't think we've got to a place where we launched our second version of our app 2 days ago. We're stopped. We're going to make that experience better for our consumers, but we're also looking at our internal processes to continue to make those more efficient. Hiring, I think, is going to be a challenge for us. As we enter new markets, it's working through and getting the message out to new great agents.
How do you get them right now?
Variety of ways. We did hire a bunch of Purplebricks agents over the past couple weeks. So we've had a bunch come on there, but it is some word of mouth. It is some recruiting. I've been impressed with the range of experience of agents that have joined Reely. It's everyone. I was on a call early this week, an all company meeting call, and we had 8 new agents on the call, and they introduced themselves. And one was, "Hey, I'm a broker. I've got 35 years experience." "Hey, I'm a broker. I've got 25 years experience." And then a couple others were, "Hey, I've been in real estate for 5 years." But a range of levels of experience. People been in the industry for 20 years, 15, 20, 25 years or more, and they're fed up with chasing that next lead, chasing that next.
So why are they joining? Why do you think people are joining you guys?
I think the ones who join us and the ones that will be successful with us are the ones who really just want to focus on helping someone buy or sell working with a client and really enjoy that aspect of it. If they love, optimizing how they get leads and qualifying those leads, like we've actually pulled that out, and another part of our operations does that. So if an agent loves that part of it, they may not be a great fit for Reely. But if they love working directly with a buyer or a seller and helping them achieve their goals, whatever those are, that's the agent I think will be successful.
What do you guys think that you're doing to improve? Because I mean, some agents will be like, I make $1 million a year in commissions. Like, there's no way I can do that in your model. Some people will say, like, I just don't think the quality of my life, even though I like how you're taking some work off my plate, I wonder about the income opportunity and the quality of life that I'll have with you versus on my own. Yep. What are your response to them?
Yeah, I'd say Reely's not going to be right for every single agent. If someone's making $1 million, great, go for it. If they're happy with that and like that, then they should probably continue doing that. Yeah. Honestly, but one of the things that we want to make sure we have for our agents is a better quality of life, a good balance. We have team-based approaches, so they can go on vacation and check out, because we've got a team there that can help support when they're out. If they've got life to deal with, if they've got a sick kid, again the team-based approach helps fill in for that day instead of you hear the horror stories of agents. I think there was one at Inman last year of somebody, in the hospital to give birth, and she was trying to close a deal because she had to. Yeah. And we've got a team-based approach that, lets you go do something like that, so important, or take care of your kids, so you can check out. And our system, our team can support, so the client still has an amazing experience, still buys the home or sells the home. It gets done in a great way with great service.
Is there anyone that you don't hire? Like, do you not hire new agents?
No, we've hired new agents, and we've got a couple different types of roles. We've got one role, it's more a field agent, and they're showing homes and interacting with new buyers and et cetera, and we'll hire new agents for that role. For
so how do the roles look like in your organization? Like, describe the different departments and the different roles that people have.
Yeah. So our marketing team is, I don't think there's any licensed real estate agents in our marketing team. They're professional marketers, digital marketers, outdoor marketers, whatever it is. So that's one whole team. It's out there getting leads and driving leads in and driving consumer awareness and all those things. We've got another sales team. They're qualifying the leads. Some of those are licensed agents, and frankly, some aren't. So whenever we get in any home details or anything that requires a license, of course, it's a licensed agent talking with that person. That's another team. They're mostly in our San Mateo headquarters. And then the field. And the field is made up of a couple different types of roles. One is this field agent, and that can be a variety of levels of experience. Again, some have 20 years experience and just want that role and like that role. And then lead agents, typically more experience helping with offer strategy, home listing price strategy, thinking through, comps and CMA and that kind of thing. We've got a transaction coordination team, so again, takes a lot of that off the plate of agents. It's centralized, we've got systems in place, it's efficient. That's there. We've got a back office team that helps with some of the scheduling and follow-up and that kind of thing. Again, takes a lot of that off the plate of agents in the field. Let me think if I missed. And then technology. So we've got a whole product team, and they're just maniacally focused on what's the best customer experience for our buyers and our sellers and our homeowners. Developing that, designing it, working with clients to do that, and then our full engineering team that's based in Tel Aviv, Israel, mostly, and they're coding and creating our app and some of our back office systems to make us more efficient.
So say agents just surrender and say, I will only charge 1 to 1.5% to sell a home, and I'll only take 1 to 1.5% to help someone buy a home. How do you guys now compete? So the money is all the same.
Yeah.
Why would a home seller or buyer still want to use you versus independent contractor who has more ownership because it's their business. They really care because they're not just an employee of a company. It's like it's their business, it's their brand.
Yeah. I think what we're developing on the back end is a more efficient and effective process that lets us be able to deliver a better product to our homeowners looking to sell or buyers looking to buy. So maybe that independent agent would be able to kind of cobble together some kind of tech to have an app or something, but honestly what we kind of do every single day is develop that better interaction for that buyer to be able to place that offer online if they want to and have a better experience in the buying process with us than they would somewhere else. Sellers, better set of services, we think, from the professional photography to the 3D to the virtual staging. So we think we're going to continue to evolve and deliver a better set of services. And that's what we lead with, Grant. We don't lead with the cost, the flat fee. We lead with we're going to provide a better level of service whether you're buying or selling. And that's the best options to do either. And again, we'll look at presenting cash offers from iBuyers to our home sellers. And if that works for them, great. We'll talk to them about the pros and cons and what's better about it. Yep. Find the best offer for them, present it to them, talk them through it. And again, some of our home sellers will probably go with that. We can help them do that. The majority, we think, will still sell it, on the market.
So if people want to get in touch with you because they either want to buy or sell a home maybe through you or be a realtor with you, how can they do that?
Reely.com, Reali.com. You can find our website there and information there. We have an app, so you can go to the app stores and download the Reely app and get started that way. And we've had a couple people buy and sell or buy just on the app. We've never talked to them, we've never met them. Almost everybody we meet in person ultimately, but you can find us in those ways.
That's cool. Well, hey, thanks so much for being on the show. It was a super pleasure.
Likewise.
I've been looking at lots of brokerage models, talking to lots of VPs and CEOs of these brokerages and tech companies. And you look at McDonald's, they're a big franchise, they're an efficient machine, and that's why they're so big and great. And there's advantages to companies being in real estate versus franchises with independent contractors. And if they can make the quality of life for all the agents listening better, you should really think if they can make the quality of life for you better than it is right now, and taking the money out of it, if they can also piece together all the pieces of that real estate transaction, because if everything is under one company, then the document workflow and task workflow between all the people involved in the real estate transaction, it can happen faster through this. I wonder if you guys can think about blockchain in the future. As a tech company, they might. But definitely check them out. And if you want to stay up to date with more real estate technologies, and learn about them and get to know the people behind them so that maybe you can get in touch with them and ask them questions or maybe use them, then subscribe to the YouTube show and the podcast because I'm doing lots of these interviews so you can be informed and you can make the right decisions so you can be great in real estate.